work in this new painting studio this semester.
Yes.
I have to say that I worked with Julia in her 2B Design Color Theory class, maybe 2019, a number of years ago. And it's just been so fun to see her work develop and flourish. And you know, one of the things I noticed about Julia from the start was just she was full of ideas and very excited and just eager to make and just like a hunger to create. So I've seen that throughout multiple classes and her develop a great proficiency in painting and portraiture and just the creative spin she puts on everything. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let her tell you about her work.
Okay. So this work, it's called Roads We Belong To, and it is inspired by the cross-country road trips that I've taken with my friends, my boyfriend, over the years throughout my college summers. And this idea of like merging the figure with the landscape was something that I developed or started to like pursue in 2019 when I took my first drawing class of like a way to like physically connect the figure with the environment, or I guess to say, think of the figure as the environment. That's something I write in my artist statement, to kind of merge the two to like show their emotional connection as well as their physical connection. And so each painting kind of coincides with a state, so like, and it's in order that you'd see it on the map. So we have like Oregon is the first one, and then Arizona, Colorado, and Florida. And so these paintings are kind of like what started this series in general. The paintings on either side here are kind of, I think, of the direct result of them. They're obviously more abstract and more like tactile. And I kind of think of them as like intimate layers to the narrative of the story I'm telling, almost like these are the experiences I'm having and these are like the result of them, and the mindsets and interpretations that I have from these trips and these experiences with my friends. And so that's why they're more abstract, they're more kind of up for you to interpret. You know, I kind of think like this one's here called miscellaneous conjunction, kind of thinking of like roads and how when you experience different things, you get new knowledge, of course. And like, I kind of feel like a combination of all these places that I've been. So that's kind of what this body of work is about. All the things collaged here are either paintings or like from national park maps. So like everything I do really has a purpose and an intention with it. But yeah, every like symbol here too has like there's a story with it. Like whether it was like pale scorpions like scurrying around my feet at a camp spot and like being scared in Sedona, or like seeing elk herds in Colorado and, you know, experiencing things I never had before. That's kind of what this body of work is about. If anyone has any questions, I'll open that up for anyone. It's okay if not, but not sure if anyone had a question or anything, you can let me know. I know a lot about the stuff.
I think someone has a question there, Ben.
Why is their head in places? You missed that part. The head in places.
Oh, to show that they're really connected, like merged together. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, also this is my best friend Moore. That's who I painted there, and my boyfriend Clay, and then me. That's me as well. And this is just a random person, but it fit what I needed. So, I mean, sometimes that's just how it is. I love to continue the body of work and like get different, like call for models from each state, and that way I'm really telling someone's story, because it's hard for me to do things without having a meaning. So yeah, does anyone else have any questions? I'll like open it up.
Do you see yourself continuing this project after graduation? Or?
No,
Oh yeah, I'd love to do like every state. Like I'd love to do every state, starting with the ones that I've been to, and kind of like create like an adaptation of that state, like my own interpretation, maybe someone else's story. So like including other people. I'd love to have like diverse backgrounds and new people, and yeah, I would love to continue it when I graduate. It'd probably take a while. It took me 2 months, so like for all these 4. So it'd take a while when you think of 50 states, and so. But
What are you most proud of?
I don't know. I guess maybe that you're all here, and,
Oh.
and that I got to. I don't know. I went from like almost not having a gallery space at all, and I really fought for it, and I hope I proved that I was worthy of it, and so I guess just having this space to be able to create this art. Yeah.
Beautiful answer.
Thanks.
Lovely.
Was it hard to keep it like behind the scenes?
Oh yeah, because I didn't tell anyone. So only Professor McIntosh has been seeing my artist's progress, I guess. I've been showing her throughout the weeks. I needed some kind of like criticism, like, hey, is this okay? Am I doing good? But yeah, it actually wasn't hard because I love surprises. So I just I didn't show anyone, but I love holidays and surprises. So it actually wasn't that hard, honestly. It kind of felt, it was more hard when I was like, someone's coming over and I'm like, wait, don't come in my room. I have like my paintings, but it wasn't that hard to keep it a surprise, honestly. It felt kind of natural, like almost like it should be a surprise, I guess. So.
How many states have you been to?
I almost feel like it's easier to think of how many states I have not been to.
Okay.
I want to say I haven't been, like I could list them off, it'll take a second, but I say I haven't been to like maybe 13.
Wow.
So whatever that is. But like there's definitely some like northeast states I haven't been to. I've never been to Maine. I've never been to the Dakotas. I don't know why. I've never traipsed through them, but I've never been to the Dakotas. And then Hawaii, Alaska, things like that. But yeah, I've been to almost 50, but not quite.
There's still time.
There's still time. There's still time. I know. I am like I almost need to go now to make paintings about it. So it's like I need to. But does anyone else have any questions on anything?
Julia, can you talk a little bit about how you construct each composition and your reference sources and how you put together the idea for the concept for each painting?
So I kind of do have a secret recipe is what I call it, that since I said I've been like designing these ideas and for a couple years now, or like, planting that seed. So the original concept of like merging the figure with the landscape. So I have that. So it's like, how can I integrate the figure with the landscape? That's kind of like the surrealistic aspect. But I normally try to get like a close-up photo. So I like having like a chest-up image. I feel like I can really like hone in on the details. So I look for like a close-up version of the person. And then I try to think of an element that I can integrate. Sometimes I'll like look at like maybe a striking feature they have, so like long hair, or like, I don't know, maybe like certain skin tone or way that I can blend something together. But my recipe is kind of having like a close-up figure, and then adding the landscape, and then adding an animal. So that's kind of that I feel like it's, in my opinion, like made it successful for me at least. It's having those three aspects that make it really interesting, because then you have the subject, and then you have the environment, and then you also have a foreground of like an animal. So I don't know, that really adds like lots of the layers that I like. So that's kind of my process, I guess you could say. But I look at lots of photos that I take, and then if I can't find something I've taken, I'll like look at something online of like if I have something in my head. But yeah.
What medium of this like body of work do you think pushed you to grow the most?
What medium? Well, the whole body of work is acrylic paints, but I guess the medium of like branching out and making more unconventional or like non-traditionally aesthetically pleasing paintings, like making like paintings out of like thrifted jeans and like old frames and like maps. So I guess like maybe challenging my medium outside of painting and still using it to paint in a way would probably be maybe the way I grew the most through that. Anyone else have any questions or anything? We're all good? Yeah?
What mediums do you plan on using to further your body of work?
I'd love to get more into sculpture. Like, I think it'd be so cool if there was like this installation that you like walked through and it was more like 3D, like it's really coming off the page, I guess, coming off the canvas. So I'd love to get more into sculpture. I think oil paint would also be practical for me to paint like such big portraits to get the buttery blending. But it's just kind of, I just built my whole body of work with acrylic. I have so many acrylic paints, so I don't think that'll happen soon. But I probably would say sculpture, like branching off more into these sculptural like elements to like further the idea and work. So yeah. Does anyone else have any questions? No? Okay.
Well, thank you, Julia.